some computer play later tonight. I've got 3 games that are live, and I've got to get to them that they're still ongoing. This game, house rule game number 4, is over. This was turn 2 with no ability for the Japanese to move south except for here and here. No, they couldn't even move south. They could go here and they could go here. Obviously, they'd be retaking stuff. And then they had this threat at the back, their back door. I mean, just pretty intense. Let me get you a little closer there. Even if they were to skirmish with these, I've got obviously the ability to pick those off. They've only got 4 destroyers, and I've got destroyers coming in. So this is a powerful move. We're calling this the Magnificent 7 because everything congeals from Hawaii and West Coast to Zone 7. And if he doesn't do a J1, you grab these 2, Java and Sumatra. If he doesn't do a J2, that's problematic because then you can just march forward to Borneo, Celebes, and then even obstruct his getting back Philippines, and then block him even with the surface ships from Anzac. So pretty powerful stuff. Of course, I was live and moved into Korea with the Russians, and so he has to take care of that threat, and that means most of his airplanes are north, which means that it's the south, which has now been completely taken over by the British and the Anzacs. And then the Chinese have been falling back in order to. Now, they didn't fall back this time because I wanted him to want to go here. I wanted him to go here, and to go here, and to go here, and to go here, all at the same time. It's what's called a target-rich environment. What was the guy? He was surrounded at Bastogne, and he said something, are you going to retreat? And he said nuts. But there was another time where, I can't remember the saying, but it's something like we can attack in all directions or something. I don't know. Anyways, but he can't do that. It's too much. So I'm going to give him a chance to start clean slate. We are going to go with Hilltop Pillbox rules. I didn't think that was a good idea myself because it did make Philippines harder. But we're going to go back to out of box. We feel like we love these rules. They all make sense. They're all historical. But, huge but. The huge but is that we've got this new strategy, the Magnificent 7. Let's see how Japan deals with it. Now, I think there was a good possibility that this factory in Romania and my holding on to Novgorod was going to actually make it so Moscow would fall. Particularly with my loss in 97 where I lost so many airplanes. So obviously you guys know that I'm probably going to be, I bought 3 airplanes. I've got 2 more on the board. I'm going to be buying airplanes to send and ship. So the question is, could he have, Ken opened his way to Moscow faster than I can get back? I've only got 6 troops in Moscow, 5 troops here. And then I've got 8, 10, 13, 14, and 3, 17 there. So not a lot of troops in the Moscow area. So I thought it was still a live game, but, this, and he's got a great Navy up there. The Russian Navy is still in existence. I kind of would love that rule, actually. I might insist on that rule. It's such a good rule that the Russians can come out of the Baltic. It makes no sense otherwise. Had a good Navy there. Was holding on to Cairo. He didn't mention an extra facility, so I'm not sure we're doing that. I think he's going to want to. He likes that. And then we're going to stay with tech at an anniversary scale, which is just 6s. And then now the anniversary tech tokens, they actually are, they do, all of them are given in. As soon as you succeed, you have to turn them in. So if you got 3 dice, you succeed once, you turn them in. I'd like not to do that, to just leave everyone as a research facility in and of itself. We'll see what he says. But I've got Hilltop Pillboxes rules. I'm going to roll for the allies, which I don't know what they mean. And I'll roll for the axis. Oh, here's my dice. Here's my number dice. I'll put it number 1 because we're going back to 1. Of course, you can't find it when you're looking for 1. Where's 1, guys? There's 1. Okay, so let's do some rolls. Okay, the big dice are the allies, and the little dice are the axis. 1 dice. Okay, so that's a 9 for the axis and a 7 for the allies. I'm not sure what that symbolizes in the Hilltop Pillbox, but whatever it is, we'll add that to the board. Again, are we adding a facility? Can you have research tokens? Do they just stay? Are they separate? And I'd like to do the Russians can get out of the Baltic. Other than that, we're doing out-of-box rules so that we can deal with the Magnificent Seven. All right, good start to the game. Like I said, I still thought there was a lot alive. He went to Syria. I think he went to Syria. And of course, he was trying to combat this. But good stuff. He was still in Novgorod. I think I was going to Karelia. He had moved into Karelia. And I think I was going to crush him in Karelia. And either I was thinking about hitting him and then falling back to Novgorod if I could do a raid on him. So, but knowing my luck, I would have lost 7 troops. So, okay. Grocket, I'm just going to give you a flyby. This is what the game ended up being. Beginning of turn 3. Germany's already gone. No, this only represents turn 2. So, fun game. I had a lot of Navy down here. That's why I brought all the German Navy, Air Force down here. Took care of this finally. Figured out how to defeat that. This was down here in force. This was fantastic. I mean, this is pretty magical. That's actually turn 3 of Russia, because we do that 1 turn kind of thing. And but look at this. He's got huge can openers. He's about to bust this wide open. All right, crock it out. We'll be starting our Magnificent 7. I'm going to call this the Magnificent 7 strategy.